Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to another Hips News broadcast. This is Vessel 1.
And Vessel 2.
We broadcasting on the dark side of the moon. Welcome to our first episode. The local community, Chiba,
Okay.
sources coming from Tokyo Reporter. The Chiba family of a missing girl, 19 years old, found her corpse in the bamboo thick.
I seen that title.
That was kind of deep.
Did you read the story?
I read some of the story. I was skimming through.
Getting through it.
Yeah, but underneath is the man accused of abducting the girl whose corpse was found in the forest. They put they have a suspect. He said, "I invited her out for both of us to die." That was a quote from
Wow.
him. So
That
that's
ain't right.
he said that ain't right. No, it's not right. But and 19 years old, wow, and he wanted. They both invited her out to die. Wow.
Hmm. That's the last kind of invite I'm looking for.
Well, I mean, this is another. I guess a future episode that we got to dive into the situation and the lifestyle of what these people are thinking, especially when they're doing these monotonous crimes that makes entirely no sense at all. You know, you meet somebody over online or on a dating app or something or a friend chat room, and you decide that you don't want to live anymore, so you go on a murder date. I mean,
That's crazy.
that's I don't know what that's about. I mean, if that's a crazy thing right there. Another one was without uttering a word, Saitama man stole underwear worn by women. Suspect said, I did it out of sexual desire."
Yeah, I saw that
That
too, but
was
I didn't read the article. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out, was she wearing them? Was she wearing them and he stole them? How do you? So
Well,
does it make sense?
so what it says
The 25-year-old there.
it said at around 9:55 p.m. on October 21st, the man, a company employee, came up from behind the woman aged in her 20s as she commuted home. After following her, he then forcibly removed the underwear she was wearing.
Wow.
When the woman fed it off the attack, he fled the scene. So basically, he just
Wow.
walked up on her and just like, "Give me your drawers."
20-year-old girl. Wow, that's scary.
Well, I mean, you know, it's even more scary that it's around the time the bars would normally be open and he'd be drinking. That's even more scary. That's the scary part about it. He goes, "It's 9:55. It's 10 o'clock at night, and she's
Boy,
in her
coming
20s.
up.
I guess I don't know. She might be what she was doing out 20s commuting home. That's nobody's business. But you know the the curfew. They tell them places to close at 8 o'clock unless she had a long ride on the train. It take her about an hour and a half to get home. We don't know. So,
Yeah, that's uncalled for.
and he said he did it out of sexual desire. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
well,
Wow, that's
that's
bold.
that is very bold.
That's bold. I mean, how do you? How what? How, what
He
would
can't
make you
even.
think something like that?
Yeah,
Just to take her panties?
just give me your draw.
Wow.
Give me your draws. Give me your funky draws. You've been wearing all
I mean,
day.
he didn't say a word to her, so there wasn't even that. You don't. She didn't even get shocked at the request verbally. She was just somehow, some way, manhandled and robbed of her underwear.
It said the
Wow.
man, a company employee, came up from behind the woman, aged in her 20s, as she commuted home.
Yeah, I seen that. But
After
you know,
fondling
it
her
just
body, he fondled her. So basically,
right.
he was
He com-
touching and touchy feely all
he
over.
assaulted her and then robbed her. But it doesn't say what she was wearing, so that's what I'm like. Okay,
He forcibly removed her underwear she was wearing. So yeah, did she have did she have
a
a skirt
skirt
on?
on,
Did she have pants on?
pants on. Yeah, that's why. It said they got video footage, so I don't know. I seriously would not want to watch that video, but I really feel sorry for that girl. She's going to be traumatized for the rest of her life.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Obviously,
But
he knew her.
now the worry is going to be okay. Let's see. This was May 19th, right?
Yeah.
So remember this story, and in about maybe 2 weeks to a month from now, it'll be back in the news. Either he got prosecuted or he didn't, and I'm wagering that he's not going to get prosecuted for us.
Hmm. Okay, that's a bet. So May 19th. So
Yeah,
we give it a month. We give it to uh, keep our eyes open, and we give it till June 19th.
okay. Yeah, I
Let's
want to
see
see
what
what happens
happens.
to Brown.
If nothing comes from it, then we can report it again. We can come up
I
with.
say he won't be prosecuted. They gonna let him. They gonna let him slide.
But I think overall is the fact that you know these kind of things that need to be you know shed light on because it's there in plain sight. It's not it's hidden, but it's there in plain sight. Basically, that was the reason of stating it. You know,
Right.
people just see it and either they don't understand it or they don't want to know about it or like they always say, it doesn't affect me. As long as it's not affecting me, I really don't care. So
Yeah, it's a common thought for some people.
yeah, this
But
they got a lot of interesting stuff though. And that's happening. It says smoke coming from post box leads to discovery of two new corpses in
you know,
Kashigar.
you will hear a lot of headline news stories where uh, they're living with corpses. That's what surprises me,
Oh, we talked about this before.
right?
They especially during corona and all this, people probably getting jabs, dying off, or people old enough, not, things not happening, or not able to eat or go to the hospitals because of quote unquote variants and all different other things, and and they can't go to work, so, you know, grandma, grandpa, or mom and pops or somebody pass away, they getting that retirement check. They're not gonna tell. Man, age 46, suspected of fatal stabbing of neighbor, a neighbor, killing off your neighbor and shit.
It happens.
He was being harassed by the victim. Dang. So he harassing him. He couldn't take it. You don't drink, you lose your mind.
We got some good news. It's got a anonymous man walks into Yokosuka city office, makes donation of 60 million yen.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, I, yeah. I'm not knocking. Good news is good news. Yeah, that's great. Anonymous
I
though.
hope that I hope that makes it to people who need it. Bobby Olungun
Oh, Bobby.
posted up on here. Yeah, he went through the ringer with his domestic violence situation.
Well, yeah.
But they prosecuted him and they charged him 100,000 yen fine.
They charge him how much?
100,000 yen.
For domestic
So
abuse.
yeah.
Huh.
So I don't know. I mean, the money's not the issue, but I don't know. They say he got 5 kids, married over 20 years, but it didn't say anything about whether or not they're filing for a divorce. I mean, I can't imagine she claiming that she's being abused, wins money from the man, and still married to him. That don't really make sense.
She's doing it for the kids.
I guess. Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of this stuff doesn't make sense, but it does happen, and I have heard that, especially from a lot of Karens. A lot of Karens say that similarly. You know, we get divorced after our son and daughter goes to college. You know, we do it we stay together for the kids because the children needs both parents, a mother and a father. But yet on the other side of the fence, they're incarcerating all the brothers
Right,
and sisters.
right. You don't put. She just got rewarded money. So, uh, how could she? How could she stay in a marriage? That that doesn't make sense. That would tell me if I was the judge that I don't see no divorce papers, then your house can't be safe. Now you don't sue the man, got the money, and you still live with him. He don't beat you up once. You don't think you're gonna catch it for any kind of reason?
Well, from what I gather is that it's setting it set him as an example that
Of course,
you regard. Well, of course we know Bobby is a brother man from
of
Africa,
course,
but
of course.
it's showing that if you want to make some quick cash, all you have to do is get your man to abuse you, and we can charge him, and you get the money. And if anything happens afterwards, what he gonna do? He gonna beat her up again? You took my money, and he kick her butt again. Then he get charged another 100,000. It's a scam.
Yeah,
It's a
but
scam.
I mean, come on. How you got to question how safe are you?
I
Putting
don't.
your life in jeopardy over money?
That's okay. Obviously, they think it's okay. Like you said, if you in a house and a house that's domestic violence, the last thing you want you, you're gonna sue the person and then go right back and live with that person.
You're
Yeah,
right. That's what I don't. Hello.
you want to get out. You want to get out the you want to get out the place. What you want to prove is you want to prove that you've been abused. You get out the place and you sue the person for the abuse because you need that money to start your life again. Not just
Right.
get your butt whooped and take the money and then go back and live with them. What's the purpose behind it? It just seems like it's done for, like I said, it's like a scam. It's like, okay, you kick my butt. If you kick my butt again, I get another 100,000. So I'm gonna be right here in your face. So one or two things gonna happen. Either he is gonna say, screw this, and I'm out the door, or he gonna not kick her butt this time. He gonna kill her. He gonna do a OJ.
Yeah, that's common here, but like I said, this it's really confusing.
Yeah.
how things seem to happen, and it's really no discussion. You don't hear these stories out and about, but it just makes you wonder what is the mental state.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Wonder. Yeah, but you're right. I mean, you're supposed to fight your grounds and get the money, but separate so therefore you don't catch left hooks and right hooks again.
Well, that's what the money is for. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Right.
if she's the wife and it's domestic violence, obviously, you know, he's a celebrity.
But we already know she was going to get the kids anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So bottom line is that you need to support the children. So that's
Right.
the reason for us suing them, so you can get the, you know, the support, the money for support. You know, child care, or you know, in that sense. But you know, you don't go back. You know, that's like, you know, you get bit by a dog and you go back and go pet it after you get rabies and this.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's crazy. But we don't know all the details,
of course, of
so
course, of course. You know, this is,
it,
yeah, of course.
it doesn't make sense because we don't have the whole picture.
Yeah, well, of course. You know, it just, again, this is just a celebrity, smear campaign, and then on top of it,
Right.
I think it's because he's a dark skinned brother, and that's just, a dark skinned celebrity in a foreign country. So that's just big, big scandalous news that you can just post, and of course we're not even knowing what the situation is. Not even, we have not a clue. She could have been, not saying that, I don't believe in being on women, but she could have been asking for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't know what provoked him,
Yeah, exactly.
but
Not at all.
it's. I think he got off light. Basically, he got off kind of light.
Well, he could have
Uh,
been sent back to his country, and anything.
yeah, and because he is a celebrity, he could have been taken to the ringer. He
Yeah.
got off light, but I don't. We don't know the full story. It all could have been a lie, and it just stuck. And he ended up paying for something that's not true.
There you go. Enough said. That's it. Yeah, man.
Did you hear about the health ministry party that affected 29 staff members with COVID-19?
No, I haven't heard about that. Where was this
Yeah,
at?
here in Japan. This article on the 29th of April.
Hmm.
They all had went out together and stayed out past the curfew. This was during the lockdown time period. And 29 of them ended up with COVID-19.
Really?
And that's, government workers not obeying the laws of the lockdown. But the common people are supposed to stay home and not go out drinking.
Hmm.
Oh, wow. It says elderly woman in Sendai accused of fatally bashing husband with whiskey bottle. She couldn't take it no more.
Hmm.
And she said, suspect said, I absolutely did not do it. Yeah, okay.
Uh, Grandma getting her groove on.
Aiko,
Really?
80 years old, is alleged to have repeatedly beat her husband, 89 years old, Shingo, in the face and head in their residence in Sendai City.
Dang. She didn't beat her husband in the face with a bottle. Wow.
Well, they said while being transported to the hospital, Shingo said his wife did it, and later he died at the hospital. And she said she didn't do it, but who knows?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's sad.
A lot of stuff that's out there that goes under the radar. It's it's our duty to try to at least get it out there and people to know about it.
Yeah, no problem. It's not not a difficult task at all. It's just some of the stuff is just sad to see. I got one more for you. It says, man, 47 accused of using pepper spray to molest a girl.
I see that.
Now,
Dude look like he's
I'm trying to
mafia,
figure
don't
out. Yeah, he do. He look mobbed up. I'm trying to figure out is how you pepper spray somebody and then get close to that person without getting pepper spray on you.
he? Well, I mean, if he obviously he was spraying her like a roach. He was really up on her.
Right? Right? And then,
But it said the
you know,
girl who was 18 years old suffered injuries and required 1 week to heal.
Right.
That was assault was in Yokohama?
Yeah.
Dang. That's extreme.
They found him using the security cameras, as usual.
Huh.
And they're looking into another situation where they might think he had something to do with earlier this month. And this was April. Okay, so this happened in April. Yeah, but you pepper spray somebody. I thought pepper spray was easily transferable.
Well,
He sprayed her in the face. Wow. That's sad.
so he made sure she didn't see him. That's what he was trying to. That's basically what it was. He was trying to cover himself up. He was really. But I'm like, dang. You know, it's like, how much pepper spray do you need to to do what you need to do?
And how much can you do?
Well, I mean,
okay.
You know,
I would be scared to touch anything that just got pepper sprayed.
you might be hurting yourself trying to get
Right.
into the goods.
Like, yeah, but you know, they
Especially now, COVID. That's even more so.
that doesn't even matter.
Obviously, it doesn't. Obviously, it
That
doesn't.
pepper spray must have knocked it out.
Yeah. Seasoned beef, huh? Okay.
You know, that pepper spray got in with it and did what it needed to
And
do. Get it out of
cleansed it. You know. Okay.
there. Right.
Whew.
Yeah, these crimes, it does not have any
Resolution.
bearing on. Yeah, well, there's no resolution, but it doesn't seem that COVID is a worry because these crimes are getting. It seems to be like personal.
They are all personal crimes, aren't they?
Right? It's, you're in close vicinity to these people and you're within sneezing range, right?
Mm.
And if this virus was supposed to be so deadly that, we need to be in lockdown, then how are these crimes being committed? And then when they're arrested, you don't hear any information about whether they're COVID-19 positive or not.
That's the truth.
Or if there's any preparation that we can be doing.
Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. We'll see you here next week, every Wednesday. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, or leave an email. And take care, stay safe, and signing out from Vessel 1.
Vessel 2 sends peace and blessings to all those who tuned in. Make sure that you stay safe, take care of each other, and always be the best person you can be. Peace.